Yo, this is highly recommended. Weekend out here at Farm Fresh Reggae is coming to a close, and I'm here with Iyah, Jeremy, the band Iyah and the Intelligence. Yeah, why don't you introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Iyah. I sing.
I'm the bass player in the Intelligence. This is a great venue. This is awesome. So cool to be here.
Yeah, this is our first year out here. This is your first year out here at Farm Fresh Reggae, and it has been a good weekend. Tell me about the name Iyah and the Intelligence. Where did that come from? How did you all link up as a band?
As a band, we all kind of knew each other. Like, he was a sound guy for my project a long time ago. So was our guitarist. We all played kind of in separate bands together, parallel to each other. So we've always kind of known each other for like the last decade. But Iyah really comes from another brethren that makes reggae. He was like, "You're really wise for your age." We just kind of ran with it. The Intelligence was just something that kind of a mission that we wanted to instill in the people, so we just kind of just said, hey, the Intelligence,
Yeah.
Jeremy, do you like the moniker, the Intelligence?
Yeah, it's great because we're always putting out a message. Iyah sits there and puts out his message. Us as a band, we're putting out a sound that it conveys that message. And we're intelligently doing it, and I love it.
Nice. And you guys are based in California, specifically where at in California?
Actually, it's funny because we kind of represent, not only do we represent California, at this festival, but we represent all of California because you guys are from
Yosemite National Park area. There's two of us from there. We have some Central Valley, and we have some coastal.
Yeah, I'm on the coast now, but I'm from LA, so we represent the whole of Cali, and we're here at Farm Fresh, just showing them, what that palm tree breeze is like.
Yeah, it's a long way from home and a lot of different scenery out here. We're actually looking at a cornfield on the other side of us here. We were talking about this earlier this morning. It's a little bit different for you guys to come out here, like a festival like this. In California, there's a lot of bands doing the same kind of music and stuff, so there's a little bit of a rat race. What is it like being a reggae band out of California? What's the community like out there as far as the music goes?
California's interesting because there's a sense of community, but because there's a revolving door of reggae bands, it kind of makes it impossible to actually really be truly a community. So everybody's just trying to survive.
Yeah, I feel that.
Other than like I said, we're all in different bands and we kind of support each other, and you see that a lot in California. But specifically for reggae, in my opinion, there's so many reggae bands that it's really hard to really pick out a few and run with them, or just to digest the message a lot of times because it's so common.
It feels more appreciated out here because people really respect the music a little bit more. We're so flooded with music in California that when you come out here, it seems more raw, it seems more real. People really connect to it a little bit differently. I think it's awesome out here. This is really cool. Coming here to this, you don't expect it to come out into the middle of America and have something as beautiful as this that you might see on the West Coast, in Cali. Not to this like bonded community. It was like really, everybody was really cool. Never saw one negative thing the whole time I was here, not one.
Yeah, no drugs or anything.
What's drugs?
Yeah, that was something that we were talking about earlier too, is you said how with this festival specifically, the bands and the musicians and everybody were hanging out and networking, and some of the festivals you do is kind of show up, do your set, and get out of there. You get to hang out here and meet, maybe make some connections that might lead to something else. I mean, is there anybody that you specifically met this weekend that you would be interested in working with in the future?
Treehouse.
Definitely Treehouse, yeah.
Probably the Spare Change trio too.
Yeah,
I think
they're really cool. I
mean, Roots Within, we were talking to them. Honestly, everybody's really cool.
I had so much fun just jamming out to people, listening, and it was great to be on stage, but being off of it was just as real of an experience.
I second that sentiment, and it's crazy because we're the kind of people that just want to work, so it's not like we just pick out people and say we want to work with this band or that band. We'll work with anybody. We'll go with anybody. So it's really nice to be somewhere like this, to a festival where even the headliners are saying, hey, here's my card, call us, and it's a great sense of community, man. They call it the Midwest, but I call it the Mid-Best.
Thank you for that. That's a compliment for us out here. So you guys have been together, is it 10 years as a band or not that long?
Well, we've known each other for like a decade, but we've actually only been Iyah and the Intelligence since this February.
Okay, all right. So this is a relatively new formation. I mean, over the past several months that you've been doing this, any highlights from any of the shows or anything that you've done that really stand out? Any crazy stories that have happened in that time?
Can we share?
Yeah. Something you got to be willing to share on camera. That's true.
Probably, I think the biggest highlight is probably playing Dry Diggings and getting the nod from HR to like go on tour with HR from Bad Brains. Shout out HR and the Human Rights Band. Shout out Ezekiel. Shout out Hector. Shout out everybody in that band, man. That was the highlight. They said, yeah, you know, you used to be at the top of the bottom and now you're at the bottom of the top. And I think that was really cool for somebody to say, hey, don't look at yourself as small fries anymore, you know, like really carry yourselves the way that you want to carry yourselves. So that was interesting. It was an interesting experience just to learn. President Brown was really nice. Anthony B, Yellow Man was super nice.
Yeah, Yellow Man.
Everybody was cool. I think that was cool, just to be around people that we all grew up listening to their music and appreciating their vibe, and then having them say like, you guys have a sick sound, like you guys have a sick set, you got something that we'd like to see on the road, you know, hit us up. It's kind of cool, man. It's cool.
Yeah, those are some big names that you're talking about there. People that have been doing it for a long time, well respected, you know. What's the future hold for Iyah and the Intelligence?
We just recorded an album with Nick Safakis from Iyah, so we're gonna, you know, package that, do the videos for that. We're gonna plan out next year's tours, man. We're gonna hit up all these guys and hit up everybody from Dry Diggings and see what 26.
Definitely come back here. This is so cool.
Yeah, we're coming back for the squeaky cheese curds. I couldn't even say that right, but yeah.
Cheese curds, hang on.
Yeah,
What's the squeaky cheese curds? What is that?
I don't know, man. Somebody told me if you get the right cheese curds out here, they squeak. I don't know what that means, but shout out to Breakfast Pizza.
We're gonna have to investigate the squeaky cheese curds because that's something I don't know about. But I'm also not from Iowa. I traveled up to Kansas City, so you know that's something they do up here that I don't know about. All right, hey, it was a pleasure meeting you guys. Great set, and
Thank you.
I wish you the best, and we'll see you around for sure.
Yeah.
And with that, highly recommended. We're out of here.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.